Alright, hostage. So in the last video, we learned how to make a really simple database and how to insert documents, in other words, players, into our collections. So you probably noticed if you go to DB, players, find pretty, then what happened is I showed you guys that this was the command to pretty much get all of the documents in your collection and display them. So you're looking through and you're like, alright, yep, we definitely inserted all those. But wait a minute, I noticed something funny is going on. Alright, whenever I inserted everything, I threw in their position, all of this stuff, their number, position, number. However, when I'm trying to display them back, I'm also getting this thing right here, this weird object ID. What the heck is that? I did not insert that, so why is it displaying it to me? Well, behind the scenes, whenever you insert a new document, Mongo automatically adds this object ID to each individual document. Why does it do this? Well, it's pretty much a unique identifier. So, in other words, you can identify each document uniquely. Well, why would you want to do that? Well, let's say that you had, this is a really good example right here, but let's say that you're storing user information for your website, and you had two users, and they were both named Brian Williams, and they were also both born in Pittsburgh. Well, whenever you try to find one, then it's going to give you two results, but you're just looking for one person. So, in other words, if you have a unique ID for each document, then you can just reference each one individually. Now we can actually use this for a couple handy things. Let's say that we wanted to remove Craig Adams. I don't know, maybe he got traded to another team, whatever, maybe he retired. We needed to remove him from our database. Well, we can run a command that says remove Craig Adams. However, what happens when we have 3 Craig Adams on our team? It's going to remove them all. Also, if we just say remove one, how do we know that it's this one that we want to remove? Well, in that case, we would actually want to use the unique identifier right like that. So let me actually go ahead and clear this, and I'll show you guys how to remove people. So if you go to DB, what collection? Well, we're using the players collection, and what we want to do is we want to remove an item from our collection. In other words, a document. Well, inside here you can just write what object and give it 2 parameters. So again, remove deletes a document from your collection, and the parameter that it takes is called the selection criteria. So select this document, and it removes it whenever you run it. So now, if you just go to DB, find players, we have all of our players like before. However, Craig Adams is not there. This is Bo Bennett. So it removed Craig Adams. Now, actually, let me go ahead and run that again because I'll show you guys something. I've got the hiccups now. In the middle of my freaking tutorial. Great. Alright. So that's pretty much how you remove something from your collection. You pretty much hit remove, throw in the selection criteria, and you run it. So what do you do if you just want to update a little bit of information? Say that, let's do it to Brandon Sutter here. So Brandon Sutter, actually let's do it to Bo Bennett. Alright. So Bo Bennett, he plays right wing, but we signed him for our team and we found out that he is actually allergic to playing right wing because, I don't know, maybe he got struck by lightning and he can't shoot from the right anymore, so we want to move him to left wing. So what we want to do is we just want to update a little bit of information, his position right there. So how do we do that? Well, we first need to go and we need to be able to select this player in some fashion. So just like before, we copy this, and this bit of information is going to allow us to uniquely identify Bo Bennett. So select this, hit copy, and then we can actually clear all this. Alright, so anytime you want to update a document, you go to DB, players, update. Now update takes 2 parameters. The first parameter is, like before, the selection criteria. So inside, as an object, paste in the selection criteria. So this means that first, you want to update this document, which is Bo Bennett. Now after this, you need to write the new updated information. So add a comma, since we're separating parameters, and throw in, let me clean that up a little bit more, and throw in the new object. So before he played a right wing, we'll say now he plays left wing, and we'll say just for fun that he changed his name to Bob Bennett. Why not? So if we run this, then it says we updated it. So if we verify that by going DB players, I think we can just use find one since he should be the first. Check it out. His name is now Bob Bennett, and he plays left wing. And let me just display everyone so you guys can see for a fact. Alright, so all of our other information is the same. However, where is he? Alright, however, Bo Bennett now has an updated name and an updated position. So that is how you not only delete but update information. Now, two other commands I want to show you guys are this. Anytime, or should I just show you guys one more command for this tutorial? So obviously I was playing around with it. I was changing players around. I changed Bo's name to Bob Bennett. I deleted Craig Adams. My collection is pretty much all weird now. So what I want to do is actually just delete that entire collection and use this one again, because this is all the good information. How do I do that? Well, I'm just going to go to DB players, which is the individual collection in that database, and I'm just going to call drop. So if I run this, then what I can do is show collections, and I no longer have the players collection. So for the rest of these tutorials, I'm going to show you guys a bunch of commands, and I'm actually going to be using all of these players. For example, I'm going to show you guys how to sort through them, how to, select them, like find all the players that are greater than 30 years old, all that. So let me just select all of these guys, copy all of them. Now remember, anytime that you want to insert multiple documents at once, you just, on whatever collection you're using, call insert, and you pass it in to an array. So now inside an array, let me make sure that there's no comma after the last one, and run this. So we now inserted all 25 players. And if we call find, there we go. So we now have a collection of 25 players that we can use in the future tutorials. If you guys want to use, information from an API, or you have your own JSON information that you want to follow along with, that's fine. But for now, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you guys next video.